While we're out there, please remain seated at all times on their natural camouflage for protection from their predators. Just in front of us there is a bongo, the reddish brown with the horn, related to the giraffe though. Actually the only animal related to the giraffe. It's got those small horns like a giraffe does, long prehensile tongue. And just across the water there is a black rhino laying down, just on the other side of that fallen tree. Black rhinos can weigh up to 3,000 pounds. Very endangered. There's only about 5,000 of them left in the world. Now, those horns aren't actual horns. They're made out of keratin, a lot like our fingernails are. And they spend a lot of their time underwater. Helps them regulate body temperature. You know, they are very, very agile in the water. Alright, if you look to your left, there are a lot of hippos. A group of hippos is known as a bloat. As I mentioned, they spend a lot of time. If he opens his mouth, look at the size of those incisors in there. They can get up to 18 inches long. They can hold their breath for about almost 8 minutes underwater, depending on what they're doing. They get to about 16 feet in length. And they are found all over sub-Saharan Africa. Some of the most famous animals in Africa, the lions and zebras, giraffes. The animals here actually shape the landscape quite a bit. Now, giraffes only sleep about 30 minutes a day, usually in 5 or 10 minute naps. A little growing to do before you can reach those branches up there. As I mentioned with the okapi, they have a very long prehensile tongue. While on the giraffe, that tongue can be about 18 inches long once they reach maturity.
Oh, bless them.
They can like these. Elephants sometimes they had a little too well. Alright, if you look all the way to your right, there's a big bull elephant over there. Now, elephants are the largest land mammals. And a full-grown male like that can weigh about 11,000 pounds. That scares the elephants away, so we can avoid a conflict between them and the farmers. And there are quite a few elephants to the left. Now, their skin looks really tough. It's actually pretty sensitive, and a lot of times elephants will spray themselves with dirt or mud. They use that as a natural sunscreen to prevent a sunburn. And if you look at their backs, you can see a lot of that dried mud up there. They'll also use grass or hay, anything they can throw up there to block the sun. Color from the brine shrimp they eat, which is high in keratin. And directly in front of us, we have Patterson eland. Now, those springbuck we saw earlier were the smallest of the antelope on the reserve. These are the largest antelope. And there's a couple of females here, a couple of young ones. And then up there in the bushes, that's a big male. The male can reach about 6 feet tall at the shoulder. He can weigh as much as 2,000 pounds, about twice the size of the females. Now, he can actually jump about 8 feet up in the air at that size. It's pretty incredible. And he looks big there. If you were standing on the ground, he looks even bigger than you might imagine. Buck have been hunted almost to extinction in the wild. So one of the few times you're ever going to get to see one is on a reserve such as this. They are. Now, zebras coming up on the right, they are actually black with white stripes. And we know that because of the coloring on their hooves and their snout. And there's white rhinos hiding up there as well. So it looks like they've picked a dubious little shortcut there. Now, underneath the zebra's coat, their skin is actually white with black with white stripes as well. Looks pretty much the same. Left to right there, as you're looking at it. Now, they are the fastest land animals. They can run upwards of 60 miles per hour. That is a great view. The lions like going up there, gives them a great vantage point over their prey, and he's got it right there. You look up to the left, they do the majority of the hunting. Now that hunting takes a lot. All right, if we look up to the right, there are white rhinos. Now the white rhinos get their name from the Afrikaans word white, and it doesn't actually refer to their color. It refers to how wide or white their mouth is. You have kind of their mouth opens up. It is pretty wide in the front compared to a black rhino. Now they can weigh as much as 5. Right, we'll get a little bit better view in a moment. Up there.
Oh, look at the line I gave you. Right there on the top of the rock again.
And protecting themselves. And those adorable guys are known to take over burrows from other animals or dig their own. Very closely related to our domestic pigs. So pretty cool thing about those guys, they can actually go almost their entire life without drinking any water at all. They get their water from the vegetation that they eat.